Um, Hello everyone. 91 Crank here, and I'm bored as hell of my mind, so I'm gonna show you guys how I made Badrooms 2 years ago when I was like, right now I'm 17, so 15. So I'm 15 when I made this. So let's get into it. So first of all, of course, we have the melody. As you can see, we have the bass notes, which I'm gonna just turn on for you guys only. And then we got the normal notes, which is the second cowbell. So I used two different cowbells. This melody was actually from Mork the Cat, but I kind of like revamped it and made it my own. Sorry Mork, I hope you don't get like mad. And over here you can notice like all the different velocities and stuff. I used it because I just wanted to see if it would sound cool, and it actually sounded cool. So we got C4 to A3, yeah, fuck, I don't know my notes, bro, I'm sorry. C5, down, down, down. It's just normal. And as you guys can hear, it's like there's a lot of delay to it. And together, it sounds like this. That's like the ambient noise you hear in the background in the start and also in the song, if you guys could hear it basically. So what I used is I panned it a bit to the right because the cowbell wasn't really like panned correctly, and of course I used the normal sound, but I usually don't do this in my normal tracks anymore. I usually put on the max because I usually mix around with the limiter that I use. I still use something similar to this, but I could already tell, like me now, I would change a lot about this, and I don't know why I have two delays. It's kind of stupid, but as you can see, here's the EQ. I used to put the stuff down, just max down, and I didn't really cut a lot of the low ends because it just sounded good to my ears. And I used to cut the bass as well with the sub, because it cut more of the bass out and I could have more control on it. And I also had to cut the low mid as well because it was something I used to do, not really sure. And of course I messed around with the mids as well. But the high mid, this one's the high mid, like over here, but the high mid I really didn't touch because it matters on the cowbell and how it is. And if you guys are wondering which cowbell I used the cowbell 6, which is, it sounds like this. The one that I used on Murder Case as well. Then we got kickstart for second. Usually I put my Kickstarter down, but it was me 2 years ago. People make mistakes, and I used Soundcloud C. Really not really a Soundcloud guy, because Soundcloud could sound good when you use it correctly. Then we got Convoler. I can't really pronounce that. Yeah, you could see all the reverb and everything. It's not that great, but it's normal. Then we got the first EQ, like delay, and then the second one, really not really the same. I don't know what's the difference between those. Maybe the level, yeah, the time and level, you could see it's a bit lower. And we got soft clipper. Usually I would recommend not to put it down in the cowbell thing because it just would sound too bassy, too distorted. But I don't know what I was thinking back then. It just sounded good, and yeah, I mean, it sounded good. And then we got limiter. I kind of don't want to touch it. I kind of want to keep my source with the limiter, but I kind of showed you guys with Convo my settings. Here's again, it's really that easy. I really don't use Convo anymore. I use Fruity Reverb. I'm probably gonna change to a different reverb in the future, but I'm not sure. And secondly, I started off with the kicks as well. As you guys could see, like track 1, track 2, these are like in like how I made it. First I used the melody, and then down to the last, which is the vocals, and the last is like the drum fill, the transitions, and here is just like all the automation clips that I used to basically master to create that sound. Then we got the Kickstarter, which is basically the side chaining. Then we got the drum fill thing that I just used to add like a transition up to make it sound cooler. Here's the Kickstarter for the vocals, and then the love filter is basically for the transition to hold that low pass filter thing. And then the gross beat is at the sorry for the inconvenience. Fuck, I can't even speak. Sorry for my German accent, sorry for my British accent. It's all over the place, but I don't know what FL Studio was just doing. But continuing on, I started with the kicks. I used the kick 12 from one of the drum kits I used to use. Quite simple. How I mixed it, kind of don't want to show the source. I don't really know why I used 3D limiter, but I just used it. Of course, I put it to the max and reverb. The only thing I could really give you guys to recreate the sound, but I don't want to leak the source. I would usually either put the sub up and the bass up as well. This is like beginner stuff. If you guys really want to know, then I would recommend looking into how to improve your kicks, because I just don't want to like show my exact mixing to everybody. It's not because I'm selfish or anything. I do want to help you guys, and that's why I'm showing you this. But this is why it sounds kind of the same but a bit more bassy, but it's all kind of all over the place. Understandable, but I feel like that's good for any beginners out there. Over here I got the 808s. 808s is basically similar. Just down, up. I used to respout normal 808s, normal 808 I guess. I used to basically the same mixing. Usually I would put this up, but it doesn't really make a difference if it's Kickstarter. And then after I used hats, just normal closed hats, so I didn't use hi-hats. Usually I would use the closed hats to make it go like this, and then I would just change velocity, and then I would add the hi-hats over it to add that realistic effect to it. And of course at the end of each track, basically track as in each slice of this track, is always a snare at the end, so it goes with the rhythm of the beat. And then we got clap is basically normal. I use stereo enhancer, fully reverb, and then EQ. I just lower it down, put it up. Stereo enhancer is basically to make the clap stereo and to make them more out. And then we got the transition, just to add that back. And if you together it would sound normal, like you guys know, so it's like this. Really that basic, really that catchy and basic, as you guys know. And over here we got the vocals. I use DJ Squeaky, Sking But Dangerous, one of the snippets. I used Kickstarter, free reverb, delay, and kick. Sorry. I'm gonna play it again. And the reason why it fits so well is because, as I showed before, I put the high mid up, put the mid like transition. Then after I used a FX one. Yep. Basically a drum and bass chant. Yeah, that's basically it. I just wanted to go through a quick rundown on how I made all these things. I kind of want to show you the mixing side of it. I really don't want to spill the source because I don't want everyone to make this type of style. Not because I feel like it shouldn't be like expressed, like it shouldn't be widened, but I feel like there's a lot of cases of people of knowing how to make things, and then at the end they just leave people behind that they learned from and stuff. Of course, I'm not asking for you guys to bring me along to your funk journey or whatever you guys are doing, but I'm just here to help you guys and to give you a start and to give you an insight on how I made my shit. Of course, it's an informal way to say it, but I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys subscribe to me, and if you're interested in more of my music, then you could always go to my SoundCloud and you can always check out my music and you can see how much I improved. Of course, it doesn't sound like the stuff I used to make, because I actually went for a style and I should really go back to it. But honestly, I kind of like the style I have now, and people like it too. Kind of like the transition I made as well. At first, it wasn't really going anywhere, and then I felt more comfortable with my sound and everything, but I would also bring back the old elements of my old beats to my new beats. For example, this, like the snare idea, I used it on my most recent EP. And if you guys have any questions, like I said, always ask in the comments. I would try to respond, but usually I'm not active on social media that much. I'm mostly doing my own thing or playing games with friends or just studying, because I study and I'm not a kid anymore like I used to be, because I used to have so much time making that for studio. I just used to sit down, make beats because I loved it. You know, it was my greatest achievement, like making funk and doing stuff I enjoy. Like always in life, you have to do stuff you enjoy. And of course, I'm not trying to make this like some inspirational quote or something, but if you guys really like the video, drop a like, whatever, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.